The rat. It was a little bit after the summer of 1994. I had just came back from Florida. Got myself back at my spot at Tony Sports, airbrushing again, making a little money. I'm a young 23 years old, having fun, just being young. Got on the bus at 95th in a Dan Ryan. If you know anything about Chicago, all the trains and buses pause and stop at the terminal on 95th. On my way home. It was a slow day at the shop, but it was still summer, so we had a nice amount of daylight. And that's when I met him. Light-skinned, skinny, kind of kooky looking dude, but we both had something in common. We both had the same type of box that carry airbrush equipment. And if you know anybody that airbrushes, you can't seem to keep paint off of anything. So that's how we knew we were airbrush artists. I remember he asking me, where do I airbrush at? And wish I never told him. That was the day that started everything. My first rival. My first person that I wanted to beat the living shit out of. I'm not going to tell you his real name. I'm just going to say his name is TZ. I told him where I worked at, and immediately he asked, do you all need help there? See, most airbrush artists, they're always screwing up. First thing they do, they get into a shop, get in good with everybody, and start fucking up everything. And he was one of those guys. Legendary for doing this. In fact, it's because of him that a lot of people don't like messing with airbrush artists, especially on the south side. His reputation was one to go to each and every store, get a couple of dollars, make money, and screw it up for everyone by telling everyone that they're not as good as he is, or he'll make up a lie about how you screwed up something and he had to go behind you and clean it up, just to get some money out of you, and have this look on his face like he did nothing wrong. That same summer, I went to go and bury my auntie in Alabama. Never heard from him again until I came back. Tony told me that he told him, hey, your guy Surf said I can come in and see if I can get down. So he gave him a blessing, which I wanted to give him a back. Had it not been for my friend Casper, I probably would be in jail right now. See, I don't like people to use people's names to get over on folks and then turn around and hurt people in the end. That's something that I try my best never to do. This is where the term rat artist comes in. A rat ain't somebody that sits here and talks about you to the cops. A rat artist is someone that goes from store to store, use all of your resources, messes it up, and leaves his or her debris there for you to clean up. And he's or she is nowhere to be found. Just like a rat. Now you get what I'm saying. I came back from Alabama, and for 3.5 months, including the Christmas season, I watched my profits dwindle. Not that I didn't make any money, but I know what I could have made. Meanwhile, I'm hearing this reputation from all these different people on 63rd, 79th, and a couple of photographers that I met up with. Some of them I still deal with today. And that's when I realized this wasn't going to end good. The other guy that was in the shop, and whom was the reason why I told him we didn't need any help, because he was in college, was calling me, telling me, what's up with your boy, sir? Like, who? TZ. Man, he hogs all the work, man. He acts like nobody's here but him. Like, bro, I don't really know this guy. Tone let him get a blessing. I personally wanted to handle him myself, but everybody's like, there wasn't too many people here. Sometimes you in school, so he let him work. That ended up biting me in the butt. Remember I told you he likes to tell people how bad you are and how he rescues you when you mess up. Well, one thing about the north side of Chicago is they have their own level of gangbanging. And one of those levels are the Latino community, which is huge and heavy in gangbanging. That club that I speak of was the Latin Eagles. You'll hear about them a little bit later. TZ took an order that was worth $400. Not only did he take the order, but he didn't complete it, nor give the percentage that he was supposed to give to Tony, who was the owner. Because of this, the Eagles came up there looking for a black guy who did the airbrushing. Guess who was there? Being the fact that I knew their region or their leader, I simply made a phone call, told him that your guy is thinking that I'm doing your shirts, and he explained, no, it's not him, it's the other guy. When I found that out, I explained to them, don't ever get an order from anyone here without getting a receipt. That's bad business. And I could have got hurt because of that. Less than a week later, after I gave them his number and his address, let's just say they got their stuff back. Although I was riding the bus, it made me feel good to see a black eye and the rims that he bought taken off his car and seeing him riding on regular rims, or shall I say hubcaps. That's my rap artist story for now. There's more